It's like an addiction to feeling special. But remember, there's lots of ways to feel special. We get focused on a particular image of narcissists, that loud, boastful braggart, or the vain person. Somebody likes to talk about themselves a lot, or they seem to spend too much time in the mirror, or they're loud mouths. And that is not all kinds of narcissists, and it's not all kinds of narcissism. And some people can be extremely quiet. And so it's not very helpful, especially at the beginning of the relationships. In the beginning of the relationship, you might see all kinds of wonderful qualities. No one generally falls in love with a jerk. The bad parts evolve, they come out over time. The reason that happens, by the way, is because the more time we spend with someone, the more we have to learn to be open to them about our deeper needs and feelings, and that's what becomes challenging for somebody who's extremely narcissistic. Narcissists are insecure. They have a particular form of insecurity called insecure attachment. Secure attachment is when you feel if you're sad or lonely or scared, you can turn to some one special person or persons and feel like you can depend on them, like they will be there for you. What makes someone extremely narcissistic is that they are afraid to depend on others. When they're feeling sad or scared or lonely or upset in any way, they become dependent on or addicted to feeling special. When you are invested in feeling special, so much so that you turn away from other ways of seeking comfort, care, support, that also leaves you unable to be open to vulnerable feelings and to share them directly. That is one of the side effects of developing unhealthy narcissism. Discomfort with vulnerability. Again, this fear of depending on others in times of need, or when we have longings for closeness, when we feel overwhelmed to dodge vulnerability. It's the vulnerability dodge that gives extremely narcissistic people away, even if they are quiet. One of the clearest signs is something I call emotion phobia. People who are extremely narcissistic, they don't like to say I need things. They don't like to say that I'm upset about something. Instead, they might get angry, and they might just shut down. They might just completely shut down. If you're in a relationship with them, what you see, even in the subtler forms, even early on, is that they can't stay with feelings that you're having. This might not take the form right away of being completely unempathic. You might even see expressions of concern or something cross their face that shows that they're being affected by what you're saying, but turn away from feelings that you yourself bring up, like sadness, loneliness, worry, because they don't want to go there. So anyone who's extremely narcissistic will, whether they are quiet, whether they are boastful and loud, they will show those signs, because you cannot avoid normal human feelings of vulnerability without these kinds of predictable signs. One more I want to share is something I call playing emotional hot potato, very much like playing hot potato with feelings of insecurity, because extremely narcissistic people don't want to say, I'm unsure of myself, or I'm feeling kind of shaky today, or I don't really know what to do. What they will do instead is say and do things to make you feel those feelings, to sort of undermine your sense of being centered or sure or secure, almost like they're saying, I don't want to take this feeling, here, you take it. NPD, like most personality disorders, is a pervasive disturbance in the person's ability to manage their feelings, to organize their emotions, to manage their relationships, to maintain healthy intimacy in relationships, even to maintain their career. It's a severe disturbance, and it's pervasive. One thing that in particular happens if they get anxious, often they don't think as clearly, something called a thought disorder, which is really common when somebody is struggling with a personality disorder. The 3 E's, exploitation, a pervasive pattern of doing whatever it takes to get your needs met. Entitlement, acting as if the world and other people owe them, and empathy impairments. One thing they all have in common is this extreme drive to feel special, and now the triple E makes sense. Just like any drug that somebody uses to soothe themselves, they'll lie, steal, cheat, do whatever it takes to get their high.